Hi, welcome back to Hawaii Turo. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did. If you're wondering what is Turo, Turo is an app and a website where you can rent out your personal cars to strangers. I know it's crazy and insane, but this app lets you do that. You know, I have this channel that will help you do that. I go over my tips, my tricks, and my stats on how you can maximize your business and just make unlimited money. I'll say it again, unlimited money. So yeah, if you're new or if you've just been doing it for a couple months, I would say hit the subscribe button, watch my videos, especially my Turo host one-on-one video, which I'm gonna put right here, and then just watch them and it will help you out along your journey. Also, if you're a new host or if you're just a host that wants to get some one-on-one coaching from me, you want me to answer some questions, and also if you want some videos, some other kind of videos, which I'm still getting into doing that, but I am eventually going to do that. I would say hit the description below and get onto my Patreon. It's about $5 a month and it will help you out in your business. But if not, you can just send me a message on here. Either way, but with there, it's more the one-on-one. But let's continue on. Let's get into this video. Have you ever asked yourself what is depreciation in regards to cars? Have you? Do you really understand what depreciation is? Depreciation is, I would say to a lot of people, they don't know. It's foreign. It's just like, it's so out there, like people don't even think about it, right? You get into Turo, you know, you're all happy. You got a new car, you know, you got something nice, it smells clean and whatever, you got a good loan amount, good payment, and you see that you're making a certain amount of money. And you're like, man, this is good. This is really, really good money. But one thing you don't think about is depreciation, man. When you try to return these cars or when you try to get rid of them and you get hit on the back end of depreciation, it's crazy. I'm gonna go in detail, so by the end of this video, you understand what depreciation is. Exactly, I'm 100% sure you will. But I'm gonna go a little bit back, you know, to help you out with depreciation in regards to rental cars. So before Turo was around, which also before you knew about Turo, you know, for Turo, it was just Hertz, Enterprise, Dollar, Thrifty, all of those rental car companies. And they get all these new cars from the manufacturer. You know, they set up some kind of a contract, and because they buy so many cars, they can just give them back at a certain amount of miles or just get rid of them, right? Or they can sell them at wholesale because they're getting them so cheap. You know, us normal, regular people do not have access to those rates, to those kinds of cars. It's not possible. They buy at such a high volume that they're able to get that. But on the back end, when they get rid of it, boom, it's over. No depreciation or very little, and they lose pretty much nothing. I bet they actually gain when they sell these cars, right, to wholesale. So I mean, that really, like, the whole market is set up for them. You know, they can buy them cheap, rent them out, sell them cheap. Boom, you know what I mean? They make money all three ways, right? But as a regular person, you know, this business is still fairly new. You think you can do all of that? No, that's not how it works, right? You know, the traditional way of getting a car, you go get a car at a dealership, you buy it brand new. As soon as you drive it off the lot, you're in the hole about 10K, right? I mean, how can somebody recoup that quickly, especially if you're trying to do it as a business? And imagine if you've done it multiple, you know, you got like 2-3 cars in a matter of like a year and a half, and you have all this negative equity / depreciation on your cars. You know, that depreciation curve at the beginning is like boom. I mean, it is huge at the beginning, right? So you gotta ask yourself, you know, when can you sell this car and lose the least amount? That is something that you've got to ask yourself. Because if your goal is to basically sell these cars or get rid of it, you know, or just, you know, keep moving inventory, get new stuff, trading in after 1 year, and you're buying a car brand new, you know, a sticker price and all that, that is losing a lot of money, right? Let's just go into this. A car costs $20,000, right? Costs $20,000. And as soon as you drive it off the lot, it's probably worth what? 13, 12. I mean, that's, as soon as you're off the lot, that's what it is. If you try to sell it, you're automatically taking $8 grand hit. You know, let's say you keep the car for a year, then it probably drops to like 10. So you keep it a year and then you sell it. You know, boom, you're taking $10,000 hit. That is your depreciation hit. Do you want to sell and lose 10 grand? So if you do, you have to basically minus that, calculate that into all of your profits, your profit loss for the entire year. And I bet if you put that in there, you're gonna be like, wow, this wasn't really that much money, right? It really wasn't. But you ask yourself, or you ask me, how can you not deal with that? Well, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to keep a car as long as you can, right? Basically, you know what, I don't know what market you're in, but the market I'm in, it's about 20,000, people drive about 20,000 miles a year. Simple as that. So I can, if the car doesn't get totaled or there's not some major issues, I can keep a car 5 years and 100,000 miles and it'd be good. And speaking of 5 years, my next video, I'm going to deep dive into basically how to buy a car by auto loan. That's going to be the next video. I'm going to go more in detail later. But getting them back into the depreciation, that is what you, more than likely, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to keep a car for a period of time. But what if you buy a used car and you hit it? I don't know, for some reason, the dealership is, I mean, it's really high. You're not paying attention to KBB, and you drive it and you're like 10 to 15,000 whole, and the car already has like 40, 50,000 miles on it. You know, you have way less time to lower your depreciation. Like I said, depreciation will kill you. I mean, it will bankrupt you if you allow it. You know, if you go out there and you go and buy like 5, 10 brand new cars, I mean, even if you buy it cash, it doesn't, even if you let's say you got $150,000, you know, in the bank, liquid money that you could just go get some cars, and you go out there and you go buy straight brand new cars right off the lot. Yeah, your customers, your renters are gonna love it. I mean, they're gonna love these cars. They're gonna damage them, obviously, but they're gonna love these cars. Maybe you get great reviews. Maybe you're making all this money at the beginning, but when you try to sell them at the end, or a year or two, or maybe even 3 years, you're like, oh, okay, a lot of that money that I just made, I'm giving back. And that is the whole concept of depreciation, right? You know, getting this business is built on a depreciating asset. Unlike you get into Airbnb, you know, that is appreciating asset. That's the biggest difference. You know, you put all this money into depreciating asset, and this is what happens. And you have to be prepared for it, right? I mean, that's just, you gotta find ways, you know, like you gotta keep the car as long as you can, right? Or if you have access to auctions and you can get cars at a very, very cheap rate, so, you know, lower depreciation hit, or do that. But if you're buying wholesale, you're probably not getting really nice vehicles. You know, if you want a 2021 Jag, I mean, come on, is that really gonna be wholesale? No. At an auction? No. You know, you're gonna be paying full price for a car like that. If you want a Tesla, I mean, if you want something really nice on the platform, you want something nice, that what Turo shows, you know, in their commercials, you know, the nice cars, the nice Jeeps, I mean, all the nice stuff, you're going to be paying some money for, right? But yeah, I'm hoping that you understand what depreciation is. So from here, I would say, I'm curious, do you know how much negative equity you are in some of your cars? You know, are you rephrase it, I want to know, are you positive or are you negative in your cars? Most of your cars, or just a few cars? I know personally I'm negative in basically almost all of my car loans, especially the ones that I bought brand new. I hate it, but I knew going in that I was going to keep these cars 5 years, so 100,000 miles. Exactly. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below. And also I want to know, how is your business doing? Because I know it's crazy right now. I'm curious what everybody's doing, because Hawaii is crazy. I can't wait to do my monthlies. But yeah, if you watched this far, I would say hit that subscribe button, hit that like, because that's what YouTube likes, to get this video out there to the masses. But yeah, thank you for watching. Wait for the next video.